Good morning, good morning, good morning. Go ahead and make a little thing here because I'm a time stampers are on vacay, which I love it. I love it when people can take a vacation and they can even take a vacation from the tarot for a while and from YouTube. Everybody should take a cue from some of these strong ladies that are able to just bail out on social media for a while. And here's an important message. I mean, we got what? Friday the 13th. It is Freya's Day. I like a little fun little tip with it being Friday the 13th and all to go a little bit deeper into Freya for you guys. Freya actually was a twin. So his brother named Fjord. F-R-E-Y-R. A lot of people believe that they are one god split into two genders. That's a little tidbit for y'all. I'll go ahead and try and timestamp these for you guys. You know, I like to ramble while I get the cards out. But yeah, that's really what I've been talking about, thinking about today. It's just Freya and Fjord and how they were gifted as mediators to the warring realms. They were gifted as to mediate between the two warring realms to bring some peace between the warlike realm and the peace earth realm. Interesting, right? Do highly suggest you look into the story some more yourselves. All right, so let's get some cards for Aries. So while I do this. Get your shadow card, get your earth magic card. We'll deal out some tarots. And we will go along with it. This is just your weekend update, weekly reading for all signs, right? Just what energies have we been dealing with? Remember, Mars is going direct Aries, direct in Aries. I've been waiting for a long time for this whole retrograding cycle of 2020 to finally be coming to an end. Yay! All right. As always, I like to do the 3 decks. I like to do it as 3D, 4D, 5D. And it's kind of like what's going on in the physical realm, what's going on in everybody's mental states that's around you, and what is the 5D overall time to tell everybody. You know, it's tappy over here. Ain't gonna lie, Aries, you look a little shook right now. Let's see what's going on the 3D. That's usually where the problems tend to start. Yep. All right. I do see you still have a lot of conflict around you, right? You get the conflict of words here, right? This is swords. This is thoughts and words that are conflicting. You got the Queen of Cups here. What you're trying to be calm and compassionate. You're trying to use your intuition to navigate your way through these situations. For some reason, your passion for some reason keeps causing conflicts for others. This is a major transformation for you to learn what you need to defend yourself against, right? And you've got the 4 of Swords here, right? Which is like you need to take your time to cut yourself from these toxic connections that are causing conflict. If somebody's got a problem with everything that you say and everything that you're passionate about, and you've done everything you can to be as compassionate and, try to see things from their perspective, be as intuitive as possible, and it's still causing nothing but conflicts, learn that you need to defend yourself from these energies and no longer respond to them the same way that you have, and recuperate from that. And just recuperate from it. Recuperate from the fact that that is not going to work out the way you thought it was, and you're not going to be able to change these people's minds, right? They're going to see it the way they see it, and if they're going to cause nothing but conflict every time you bring up your passions and your thoughts, then it's time to start defending yourself from that, right? On your 4D line, I do see that there's a lot of struggle, like with fantasies and options, and it's almost like that you can manifest your own life. With that idea alone, just creates so many illusions and fantasies and options around you that you don't even know what to do. I do see a threat of overindulgence here. That's always what I get with the 4 of Cups card. It's like the universe chucking cups at your head, and you got a bunch in your hand that are empty, and it's like, yeah, this is really being mindful of what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on empty cups and missing cups that are flying in? Are the cups that you're focusing on nothing but empty illusions, and meanwhile the full ones got tossed off to the side? You got to balance out these energies. You got to make that change within you. What is it that you really want, and what is it just a fantasy, right? Because I see that you're not really nurturing anything because you don't even know what direction you really should put your energy into right now. And at the end, again, of this line is the 4 of Swords. You're not going to be able to see where you're going until you have taken the time to actually heal from what has gone down. I don't know about y'all, but the last 2 years have been super duper intense for me. And if you don't do the inner work to get through what happened, what went down, why it went down, what roles you had to play in it, you're never going to get to where you know what is you even want, what's real and what's fantasy. You have to take the time to recuperate. So you got this reversed. So it's almost like you've looked away from your guides, from where directions that you were being guided. I see strong temptations coming in. Aries, with our energy getting ready to bounce back up. Yes, the more you vibrate, glow, and put out that energy, the more temptations are going to come in to try to distract you off your path. You have to learn how to defend yourself from things like that, right? Don't allow people to come in and just manipulate you. Don't allow them to come in and distract you. You've done all this work to build up all this around you. Don't let somebody come in and destroy it. It's not saying be defensive to be defensive, but understand what is just a temptation, what is a fantasy, what is not your guides calling you. It's time to really take some accountability for yourself. I do see that there will be passionate messages coming in, but then it's just 5 of Swords again. And this is, look at him, he's a healer. He's like a medic. He's got the medic badges on his legs. And now he's picking up swords to fight. Look, I get it. I like a good debate. I like a good argument myself. But at what point do you understand that you've created a lot of this for yourself? Look, I'm a triple fire sign. I understand that is a lot of, yeah, you can come off like Aries are notorious for we're not arguing, but everybody always thinks we are. And you have to understand, you have to take responsibility for your own tone and things that are coming back around. And if you want to complete these cycles, you have to recognize where you played into them. So this is about atonement right now. Yes, we are creators and manifestors of our own reality, but at the same time, we have to take atonement for the fact of the things that we created before we knew we were creating. Right? Yeah, there's a bunch of swords in her back. Why? Because she had to turn her back on people who've been waving swords at her. Once you stop defending yourself from the swords and you turn around, yeah, they start slinging into your back. But are you going to turn around and go back into the sword fray? Or are you going to keep moving forward towards the light? It's a time of activation. It's The time of great activation for you if you seize upon it, Aries. All right. Over here. Over here. Over here. What do we got? Taurus. See what we got going on for Taurus. And for those who are going to be skipping things, my theme for today and what has been on my mind before I started any of this today was that it is Freya's Day, Friday the 13th, the ultimate 13th day. 13 moons in a year, 13 moon cycles in a woman's cycle in a year, which is why 13 is the ultimate feminine number. But also Freya was one of the original twins, the twin god, right? She had a brother named Fjör. They were mediators between the realms. They worked together. They were not romantically involved because they were brother and sister. Think Jaime Lannister and Cersei's. You know, that's dynamic that like a lot of us have come here to break. Because it does not have to be romantic. You guys take it too far sometimes. But beyond all that, let's see what energies we have going on for Taurus this week. This beautiful new moon in Scorpio. Love new moons. It's right where the moon is right in between, or the earth is right in between the sun and the moon. It's a beautiful time for balance. The sun is like the God energy. The moon is the feminine energy, the goddess energy. You know, it's a great time to find a lot of healing and balance if you guys allow yourself to go there. There we go. Straighten out, straighten out. Used to be better at this before I broke my finger, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Morning, Ralph. Got Taurus. What's you got going on? On for Taurus this week, what messages? Remember, I do 3D, 4D, 5D lines. 3D is like the physical realm, things that are physically going on around you. 4D is the thoughts and emotions, things that are going on around the mind space. And then 5D, what is the higher realms trying to tell us about the situation? Alrighty, Taurus. Woo! Alright, Taurus. What do we got going on here? I do see, similarly to Aries, we're starting out with the Seven of Cups going on here, right? Morning, Enchanted. We're starting out on Taurus here. They got the Seven of Cups going on here in the beginning. Look at this under the full moon, looking beautiful, all radiant, glowing some light here, right? Down to earth, motherly energy. Then we've got this masculine, opinionated, hasty energy coming in, right? I think it's shaking things up because it's almost like your focus suddenly is shifted from the fantasies and illusions and that beautiful grounding energy. And then this energy comes in and kind of shakes you up a little bit. You got the Eight of Pentacles here, right? So the Eight of Pentacles for me has always been really like continuing to work on skills, focusing more on education, and things of that nature, things that you can engage in. And you're really trying to be smart about whatever this energy that has come in. You're trying to be quick thinking. You're trying to be perceptive. You're trying to see it from all the different angles. You're trying to get a hold on it before it gets a hold on you, right? But on the 40, I do see that it is hard to stay focused on the skills that you want to stay focused on. I do see a lot of worry about money playing on in the back of your mind. You're having a hard time finding passions, trying to break out of a mental prison, really. Like, you don't understand why you can't just do the things that you know you should do and know you want to do. And just kind of feeling a little cut off from the universe right now on the 40 level there, Taurus. What's going on, guys? I mean, I know it's been a tough retrograding cycle, but you guys really just, the 5D is saying, you got to allow these karmic cycles to close. It's like you've kept too many doors open, too many breadcrumb trails, too many connections still open that are leaving a lot of burdens on you, and that's why you're getting distracted. It's almost like I can't do what I know that I need to do because I'm distracting myself from other things, and if I do what I need to do, then those things are going to come back to mind. It's because you're not closing them out. You got to move away from it, right? You got to ground yourself. Right? You got to defend yourself. And you got to really recognize what your passions are, right? And really put a vision to, if that is really what you're passionate about, how do you build an empire on that type of passion, right? Because it doesn't necessarily need to be your job, but you need to find some way of financing your passions, right? Finding some way of using them to better your life, not distract your life, not derail your life, right? You want to build with your passion. It doesn't necessarily mean doing things to, make money off of it. It could just be your passion, could be decorating your own home. Put your own energy into it. Put your own creativity in it. Paint your own pictures. Do things of that nature. Get back into whatever it is you're passionate about and do it just for you, and figure out how to adapt it into a functioning thing within your life, right? Always keep asking yourself, is this me? Whenever you find yourself brought down to your knees, ask yourself, is this me? Right? Is this me? Is this how I feel? Is this how someone else wants me to feel? Is this how they actually want me to react to how they feel? But is it really me? Do I really feel this way? Am I really this weak person? I don't think so, Taurus. People can say a whole lot of things about Taurus, but weak is not one thing that will be said about Taurus. I'm sorry. You guys are one of the strongest, most hard-headed signs there is. If you can just get your direction going, there is nothing to stop you guys once you start moving, all right? Ground down. Ground down, guys. You are an earth energy, and you're not grounding enough is what I'm getting. The reason you can't focus on anything is because you're trying to focus on too much at once. And when you, Taurus, have a lot of that going on, when you've got too much going on, the only thing that stands out is red. It's the only thing that catches you. And that's going to cause a lot of conflicts. So get out there and learn to quiet and still your mind and ground into the earth energy, and she will bring that back, that creative flow to you. But you got to learn how to recuperate and let go of some things and figure out what it is you need to walk away from that is causing conflict in your life. All right, what we got? 18, 15, going into Gemini. I don't know why that song from Mary Poppins always pops into my head. Jim Jiminy, Jim Jiminy, Jim Jim Jim. You know, old school Mary Poppins. All right, Gemini, let's see what we got going on. Jim's in the house. And speaking of friends, Fraser, the twins, that is Gemini right there, isn't it? Right? I definitely think that's a clear representation of the Gemini energy. You got Freya, the goddess of love and war, birth and death, and then you have her brother Fear, who is the god of kingship and royalty and prosperity and fertility. So, Earth card first. And that speaks a lot to it too, right? The male ego. Of course, the male god, he's more for, dealing with the kings, whereas Freya is more about love and intuition on battle strategy type deal. Ooh, Gem, Sun, and Rising. I laugh, you said your daughter's a Taurus too. My mother is a triple Taurus. And I'm a triple fire sign. And it's like, I don't know, I guess we thought that was going to be some sort of great way of, like, look, we're going to choose this. We're going to be badass characters. It's like, what? All kinds of problems from choosing that much in one sign. I find it to be very, very cathartic and good for your spiritual health to really get your charts. And I mean, you can go to astrology.com or cafe and get a free birth chart so easily. And it's about recognizing flaws within yourself, not just the good stuff. It's about recognizing where the good stuffs are, but then it's also recognizing where your flaws are and trying to figure out how to use them to your own advantage. I'm a triple fire sign. I go through a lot of manic episodes, and it's about trying to figure out when I can recognize when those cycles come in so that I can get the maximum punch out of my super hyper-focused energy. We don't come into this world with issues to ignore that we have the issues or to dwell. If you have a hard part of your personality that people have a hard time with, it's not up to the world to tiptoe around you. It's about you learning how to tweak and resolve things within yourself so that you can move through the world with a more easy energy. Nobody owes you nothing. All right, as always, for those who are just going to be following the timestamps, I do 3D, 4D, 5D. 3D is the physical, what's going on around in the physical. 4D is what's going on within all our human mind perspectives. And then 5D is what the higher realm's trying to tell you about the whole situation all together. I like to read from the bottom to the top. I like to deal from the top to the bottom and then work my way back up to the top. What can I say? I'm just that kind of girl. What do we got? All right. I do see this strong energy still playing a role, dragging in from the past here, this opinionated, hasty person, someone that's probably very charismatic and charming as well, because the Knights do carry all the other Knights energies with them too. But this person is really big with words, and they can be really sharp with words because it is the Jack Knight energy, right? I do see the Eight of Pentacles, very similar to Taurus. What? You are trying to move on from this by focusing on skills and things that you can work on around you, building what? Your own physical empire, what? Something that you have control and some domain over, right? Really moving forward, really look at her cooking it up in her pot and casting her attention strongly. Do you see some conflicts? But whenever you try to do it on your own, people will try to go out of their way to make it more difficult for you. That is just how it rolls, especially, like I said, if you're dealing between balancing out masculine and feminine energies. Masculine energies get very, very mad when the feminine energy goes, you know what, screw it. I can do this bad all by myself. So I don't need you here to do this bad. I can do bad all by myself and probably move forward faster without you here sabotaging me. And they will go out of their way to sabotage you some more. There's not much you can do about it. Those are just more obstacles that you came here with. You made those connections with these soulmates. Like I said, anybody you make a connection with is a soulmate. So they came here to help you either learn how to overcome something within yourself or to help you in some way, shape, or form. I know it doesn't seem like help. It doesn't feel like help, but it is. I always say the universe is never punishing you, but if it never tested you, you would never know how strong and smart you actually are. All right? You got the King of Pentacles starting out here, right? So yeah, 40 levels saying this is where you're supposed to be. You're doing it right. You're doing what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be building your own kingdom. You're supposed to be doing it for yourself right now, right? 10 of Cups. You know what you want. You want a happy, stable home life. You want peace within your own environment. You want that, you know, as I said, yeah, you want to be satisfied in your life, right? This is satisfaction, not complacency. We had a whole discussion about the difference between complacency. This is being satisfied with the way that your life is, being happy within your own home. Queen of Wands, really embracing what you're passionate about. 7 of Swords reversed. So I do see you guys like on a mental level. You guys like, yeah, we see it. We know. We know it's futile to fight with that person. So what? We laid down the sword, but I'm not fighting with you over this anymore, right? And as soon as you release those energies from that energy, that's how this can come in. Because I do see that you are on somebody else's mind somewhere, and there will probably be messages getting ready to come in. I don't know how soon. It was at the very, very end of the reading. So, and these messages are timeless, man. They're timeless. I'm not putting a time frame on anything. All right? So the 5D definitely is calling for you. Keep working on those skills. Page of Rods. Things that you are passionate on, that you are working on, there will be messages coming in about them. King of Cauldron. Keep your cup balanced. Keep your cup balanced, right? That is your cup. It is your responsibility. You want to eventually, like, the Ace of Cups is not the starting point. The Ace of Cups, right? The aces can be played as the highest or the lowest card when you're playing poker, right? It can either be 1 or it can be the ace. You're trying to get to the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is the constant flow of energy. But to get there, first you have to take responsibility of your cup. Stop letting other people fill your cup. Learn how to fill your cup yourself and then maintain it without spilling it when you're unable to, when you're not in a full flow, so that you can hold it steady, right? Hold it steady without spilling it. Don't give it to nobody else. Don't let anybody else drink off it. COVID, people, social distance your cup. Keep your cup to yourself. Don't share it with people for a minute. Learn how to control it on your own and not allowing energies to shake it. Because when this comes in, it's going to give you a bit of a shake, okay? 10 of Swords. If you spill your own cup, it is not anybody else's fault but yours. If you gave your cup to somebody else, nobody else's fault but yours if they dropped it, right? This person's not even, I love this card. I call this the Drama Queen card. All right, don't get all wrapped up in your feels and lay down and roll around in the swords and stick them under your armpit and go, oh, I've been stabbed. No, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, I call this the Drama Queen card. Take that's not taking responsibility for your cup. All right. High Priest, get up. Put those swords down. You already got that there. Then the 5D is confirming it. Put the swords down and seize onto your own power. And if you've got a drama queen rolling around you, like this might not be you. This might be someone around you that's like, you're like, my cup. No, oh no. And they're rolling around going, oh, you stabbed me because you won't let me drink from your cup. Center and seize on your own power. Don't worry about people that are drama queens. You're here to manifest your own damn shit. You're not worried about, people who, the self-sabotagers, right? Downcast the pride. Downcast, right there, right? See, no, it was me, definitely. Good on owning it. That's it. Own it. Downcast that pride, right? Put the ego down for a minute. Own where you were the drama queen yourself. We've been doing a lot of shadow work within the silver cord and over here, talking about taking responsibility for your own past. You can't be mad at people for thinking you have an attitude problem if you spent a good chunk of your life having an attitude problem. I am the queen of fire. People call me a bee all the time. Yeah, I totally earned the title. Can I say, have as much love and compassion for yourself as you do others. Forgive and love yourself and take the time to look at the different perspectives within yourself as much as you do and focus on doing it for others. Because we have a tendency of giving far more forgiveness and compassion to other people and strangers than we do ourselves. All right, Gemini. Cancer. I'm surprised I got so many of you guys up this early in the morning on a Friday. Cancer, here we go. What energies do we got going on for you this beautiful Friday the 13th? I love Friday the 13th. I'm going fishing today because it's a lucky day and the weather is supposed to hold. So we shall see, we shall see. I don't know. People think I'm such a weirdo for it, but it's really the simple things that make me happy. I guess that's why I'm generally a happy person now. Yeah, I didn't have my car for a while, so not being able to go fishing for a while was killing me. Not being able to do anything. It's fishing. It's a two-pronged thing, right? It's the fishing. It's the being next to flowing, moving water. It's the being out in nature. It's all of that. It's just such a grounding experience for me. Every single time. Doesn't matter how many times I've been to that place. Every single time I go out in nature, it's more beautiful than it was the day before. It's always different, always changing. It's like a ever-shifting mosaic. I mean, if this is all really a virtual reality, then it is the most beautiful piece of art ever created in the universe. That's why everybody fights over it. All right, Cancer. Cards are spitting out a couple of extra ones for you today. Is the energy been super heavy? Let's see. Excuse me. Woo. Upside down. I do read reversals, but if they all come out upside down, then I'm like, I just dealt upside down. It happens. Don't tell me how to read my cards. I don't know people who do that, man. That trips me out. How you gonna call on somebody else's YouTube channel and tell them how to read their cards? You see a lot of powerful energy around you, Cancer. And a lot of powerful entities around you. Ooh. Oh, and what are you getting yourself into? All right, let's see where your head's at. Remember, 3D, 4D, 5D. 3D is going on the physical realm. 4D, what's on everybody's minds. 5D, what is the higher realms trying to tell us? These are just my versions of 3D, 5D, 3D, 4D, 5D. Everybody has their own versions of all these crazy dimensions. Some people are like, oh, I'm in the 12th dimension. I'm like, really? That's fantastic. And I've heard people say that the 6th dimension is the Akashic records, and people say that the 6th dimension or the 6th frequency is star frequency. That's where you get to hit your star level and become a celebrity. You know, everybody has their own fun twists on spirituality and reality right now. But for you, Cancer, it's about balancing and dealing with a lot of conflict, a lot of worry, a lot of in your head, and you need to ground, darling. Seriously. What is going on here? You've been knocked off balance. I mean, 5 of clubs and 5 of pentacles. A lot of worry about money, material things. See what's going on in your head here. Yeah, definitely, right? It's like, yeah, the King of Swords energy. What I saw where I was going, and then what happened? Uh-oh, the Queen tripped and spilled her cup. Your feminine energy got all twisted up somehow. Felt like a failure. Felt like you wasted time. But I do see that you're getting into this, you know, now this is the Aries card. I say Mars is going direct in Aries, and it's been retrograde for the last several months. So I see whatever conflicts has come in, that you're really hitting the point of what was really in your control and what wasn't in your control throughout these whole conflicts. Where did you play into them? Where did you engage in them? How did you, what were your roles in that, and honoring that, and then taking responsibility for that and changing your reaction to situations so that you can move smoother through them next time? You know, the Emperor is only in charge of so much. You know, it's an observation job. It's the higher up you are, the more you're in charge of just watching other people to see what they're doing, how they're monitoring, how they're handling their responsibilities type deal, right? To make sure that the whole house runs smoothly, the whole empire runs smoothly. And now if you're a single person living on your own, this is owning how you are in charge of your own empire. And if your own empire is falling apart, that is your own fault. I've said this before to people too after big breakups, and I'm saying that because here's 3 of Swords reversed. So it's coming out of a third-party situation type deal. It is, and I deal with this with mostly with men. What? My life was going so great, and then my girlfriend broke up with me, and then I went on a bender, and I got drunk, and then I was still trashed when I showed up at work, and they knew, and I got fired, and then I lost my apartment, and it's all her fault. No, it's not. No, it's not. Breakups do not destroy your whole life. You destroy your whole life by allowing your Queen of Cups to get turned upside down and get all twisted up. So don't allow failures to do that to you, okay? You're the Emperor. You are strong enough. You are able to take recognition of where your own emotions may have exasperated the situation. What is your 5D telling you? You are the magician of your own world. You are in a powerful manifesting energy right now, all right? What the universe is bringing in and what it is taking away is making room for you for new things. Keep following your guides. Keep seeking deeper knowledge. Keep seeking your intuition. Keep recognizing where you're manifesting good and bad, right? The Page of Cauldrons coming in. This is love offers trying to come back in. This is immature offers, though, so be mindful of that because there's still a third party going on here. All the way up to the 5D level. Some people are not over this yet. You see these two warring back here, and she's up here crying, facing the other direction. She's ready to drop the sword. She's done. This is the Queen of Cups reversed. She's the Queen of Cups reversed right here. What? I have no emotion left to give on this draining ass situation back here. All right? And what does the universe have to tell you about that? What? Let go of the Queen of Cups. Sees into the High Priestess energy. Tap back in to that strong Freya energy, power, love, birth, death, the balance between it all. That tap into that 5D energy, all right? Get out in the 4D and tap into that 5D energy, right? And then we got the Knight of Pentacles. Then all that worry about money and things like that, tap back into this energy, and then these offers will come in. And these offers don't come with third-party conflicts. So it's kind of really the 5Ds telling you to focus on your own power and kind of move away from this romantic need right now until all the energies dealing with that level of connection balance out some. Because there's too much chaos around you. Focus on yourself, your inner self, and focus on what you can physically do in the world around you for your things. I do see bride in a cage and sleep perchance to dream. Bride in a cage is someone who has promised themselves down one path and it is not what they thought it was, right? She's got the skeleton. I always say the skeletons are fleshy. It's like, it's a heartless type of decision. I'm just marching along here because everybody thinks I should. And if I just close my eyes and dream and sleep through it, it won't be so bad. It'll be all right. Like, you know, I can stop taking naps to avoid the world, right? Get out in nature. Seize on that power. I keep saying breath is the doorway between the spiritual world and the physical world. Breathe in the universe. Breathe out that toxic nonsense. If you're going to embrace, don't go to sleep. Get off there. Don't go to sleep. If you want to tap into that dream energy, go create. You'd be surprised how quickly just creating things like art or anything. Like this says go out in nature. Go out in nature, take some of the red and yellow leaves and create something out in nature and then leave it there to get blown away to the wind. Get out there and get into the creative energy, things that you can physically create yourself. And then that energy will start to transmute into where you are creating within your own physical reality again. And you're not just marching along just what everybody else thinks you should be doing. All right, Cancer. Who we got? Leo. 4230. I'm always like, I'm going to be so quick with these. Never am. Never am. That's why I do it on Fridays while everybody's asleep. We have 3-day weekends around here. There's no school on Fridays. Even when they were going to regular school, Fridays were half days for them. Thank you. All right. Too many cards. Leo, 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 Leo. What's going on with our lions? Leo rising here. There's been some intense energies still playing out from that Leo and Aquarius lineup from a couple of months ago. I love that the Leo King finally broke and said that the Lionsgate portal did actually have a lot of intense energy. And now we did an 11-11 thing. I'm like, look who's finally breaking. The great and mighty Leo King is getting into the numbers game. Trips me out. I love Leos. I love Leos. Like all fire signs, they got a reputation for being players, especially younger Leos. There's a very magnanimous energy, so it's like It does. When Leos are all hyped up and in their energies, they attract so much. They're like this giant roaring fire that everybody wants to come hang out around. Oh, yeah, most classic cheaters. Let's see. All fire signs. Though personal experience when it comes to fire signs, I find Sagittarius has the worst reputation for cheating. Gemini's definitely with the twin two-faced energy. Scorpios for sure. Young immature Scorpios get the cheating thing. Aquarius is, it's not that they're cheaters. They do this weird thing where they're back burner people. They're the kind of sign that always has somebody on the back burner. So it's like, well, I didn't technically cheat. It's like, you had them in your pocket the whole time. All right, Leo, let's see what we got going on. There's somewhere here. It's weird because you shuffle them up and they still come out very, you know what, I'm going to actually add some more of my Palo Santo and sage over here. We're burning a little bit of mullein too. There we go. It's supposed to be good. The smoke is supposed to be good for breathing and whatnot. And I figure with everything going on, it won't hurt nothing. All right. Leo, 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 Leo. But I will say, with everything I just said about all those signs, it depends on the sign, where you are in your evolution. It depends on the rest of your chart. It depends on, whether you are an evolved or an unevolved. Like my grandparents are an Aquarius and a Scorpio. And they've never done anything else like that. They've been married since they were, I think, my grandma was 17, 18. My grandfather was 19, 20. And they're extremely evolved signs. My grandma was a nut job when she was a teenager, though. I'm sure my grandfather had his fun in the Marines. As long as you're evolving. We all thought we were badasses in our 20s, right? Yeah, it depends on how much work you want to do. I don't hold people's past against them, and I definitely don't hold my past against myself. Allow yourself to evolve and forgive yourself. Just because you've done something shitty in the past does not make you a shitty person forever. Forgive yourself for it and endeavor not to do shitty things anymore. It's really that simple. All right. Leo, I do see you coming out of defensive energy here with the 9 of Wands. And it's a defensive energy, not so much that you're running around swinging the stick, but she's definitely put up some metaphysical defenses there. See all the white candles around her, kind of like a reflective boundary. I reflect back all energy sent to me. So if you send me loving energy will be reflected to you. But if you send me shit energy, you're going down. And I'm not even going to do anything. You're going to bring yourself down. This is it. What? I no longer lower myself. I no longer return the shady ass vibes that are given to me. I'm not lowering myself to that frequency. I will allow you to destroy yourselves. And I'm going to sit here in my bubble and be protected. I do see very loving, charming, romantic person here, but I do see conflicts with it for some reason. right? I mean, some sort of see, he's so loving and he's so sweet, but she's just kind of like, oh, looked away, like, oh, I don't actually want to kiss you right now. Oh, like, yeah, I'll sit here and cuddle, but no. So there's some sort of conflict there in the middle going on with this person. And it's probably what you're defending yourself against too, right? You're defending your energy. Like, I will give you love if you give me love. But if you're going to, I feel like maybe this person could be the one that's wishy-washy. Like, you never know when they're going to shift from like they're happy-go-lucky to very serious. I do see though that it's like there's stability, but there's something about a third party, right? That you need to move on from. Now, whether this is just a toxic thought pattern, I don't know, but I do see a need for stability, at least within yourself. If you can't get it with if the other person's unstable, then you need to get some stability within yourself. And I do see right at the end here some sort of third party situation. Now, I always say third parties can be somebody else who's just interfering into your life, planting those seeds of doubts for you. Or it could be somebody that's on your mind all the time, and it's, don't compare your past to your future. One, if that's what you're doing, if this is the third party that's coming in, somebody from your past, and you're comparing them to this person, and this person's doing their best to love you to the best of their abilities, don't do that. If it's, you get a sense that this person is feigning affection because their mind is really on somebody else, then that's something you need to come to terms with and stabilize within yourself as well. Let's see what the 40 has to say a little bit more about this. All right. Get the Prince of Swords reversed. The Tower reversed. So now this is actually, I feel like this is somebody from your past. Oh, yep. I don't like to really get into it like this with y'all, but this is just how it's coming out. So, laying down their swords, they're not being super opinionated, they're not being super hasty, right? They're trying to come in, they're trying to rebuild a tower. If you're not actually in communication with it, then you guys are just kind of linked energetically, and you're starting to feel that connection come in. Why? Because the connection does feel super powerful. It does feel super powerful. And it is. This card is a lot about not just completing a cycle, but starting a new cycle, right? It's the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. It's not 10, it's not 20, so it's not judgment, it's not absolution, the end of a cycle. It's not 10, the completion of that cycle. This is 21. This is what we have cycled through, this karmic destiny cycle now. And this is our second time cycling through. And you're being invited to do it again to see if you can make it work this time, or you're being invited to break the cycle. It's up to you. It's up to you. You really need to find out where your heart truly lies. And you need to do it through your intuition. This isn't about King of Cups keeping control of your emotions. This is about intuition, compassion, really listening to what your emotions are telling you about the situation. All right, just because you had a tower doesn't mean that you can't rebuild the tower. I know I say with cheaters and things of that nature, no, the relationship will never be the same again. No, this is not something you'll ever just be able to just get over and go back to. But you can resolve some of that stuff. I mean, there's plenty of people in the world who have resolved and gotten past that. Has it ever been the same? No. New rules, new things had to be done to make everybody feel comfortable and safe again. And trust has to be rebuilt over long periods of time. And it's not easy, which is why most people cannot do it. So if that's a cycle that you're thinking of re-engaging in, make sure you're getting your fair share, all right? Really use your intuition on what you're deciding to do right now. You know, whether, like I said, the 3D is coming off as a lot of feigned affection, right? It's like a show. And the 4D is like you're really torn. What is the 5D telling you? 9 of Cups has nothing to do with who you choose in life. You could party with anybody. You can have fun with anybody. You're a Leo, man. You are the party. Right? The only thing that holds you back from having a good time with anybody is you look back in the past and you're having a hard time here. What? You got the same message. What? Get control of your cup. Your cup is your responsibility. The objective is to get control of your cup. First, you have to learn how to stop spilling it, emptying it, and dumping it out and being empty all the time. You got to play good. But you know what? Screw you guys. I'm taking my cup back. This is my cup. I'm taking it back with all my power, because that's how you create the 9 of Cups energy, right? I'm in control of my cup. It is not your job to fill my cup. I got my cup. No, I don't want money. I got my cup, right? I'm going to fill my cup for a while, and you fill your cup for a while. Just because I don't have the strength to fill other people's cups right now, because I'm trying to get to the Ace of Cups where I can be constant flow and not have to worry about guarding my cup. My cup is flow of energy is fine, and it's tapped in, and I don't need to constantly feel the need to recharge it anymore. Now, I do see in seizing your cup back, it's going to piss some people off, because they don't know how to. They're not maintaining their cup. What? Let me just see your cup for. No. But can I just need some? No. And I do see that really transcending down to this. What? Let me get some of your cup. Let me get some of your cup. Let me. No, I'm not really letting you get any out of my cup. You know, you need to figure out why you need me to fill your cup, and that's going to really piss them off. But this is how you will master your skills. I love this Chariot card, because what is he being pulled by? All the elements down here, right? Earth, air, fire, water. All in alignment. What? My thoughts and words, my passions, my emotions, and everything that I'm working for in this physical world are all in one direction. Why? Because I took control of my cup. Because I created my own 9 of Pentacles within myself. My 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups within myself. All right? I won't cry for you no more. Your problems are your own problems. They are not my problems. It is not my responsibility to be the person. Just because you created a shit show for yourself doesn't mean I have to cry for you. If they did something shitty to you, stop crying. I give breakups one night. All my exes. I've only ever had one day where I will break down and truly mourn their loss. That's it. I do not relive that experience anymore after that point. Someone is gone from your life and they left you and they did shitty things to you and they are gone. Do not cry for them anymore. Do not tap into that low frequency. Do not wallow in the past and relive that trauma over and over again. That is why you cannot release it. All right? Let it go. Let it go. All right? Look at it from a new perspective. All right? Assign positive meanings to the past. I know it's cliche and it's hokey and it's all that stuff, but let it go. See it from a new perspective. See it how, if the universe is removing things from your life, it's removing them to make room for more. You know, we said it in the other readings. It's the universe is not punishing you. If it never tested you, you'd never know how strong you are. If there's an opportunity to really seize on your own power, take control of yourself, and own your own responsibility. All right. Virgo. Oh, go back to these. Virgo. Another one of those thinky signs. I think Virgos and Leos are very similar with that. But we'll think the hell out of some stuff. What you doing? Thinking. What you thinking about? You don't want to know. Yes, it's all about learning and being stronger. But that's the thing, too. You can get stuck in thought cycles. If you're not going anywhere with your thought process, then it's time to release it for a while and come back to it later. It's like when you can't remember. You ever like be doing something, you're like, you can't remember the name of somebody or something like that, and you're sitting there like, I can't think of the name, and then like 2 hours later, you're like, it was that person. Same thing with all the thought processes, man. If it's just going in circles and it's not evolving anywhere, then it's time to focus on something else for a while, and you'll be surprised the answer to whatever it is you're worried about will pop back up later, and then you'll be like, oh, so simple. So simple. Looks like one of my favorite cards in the deck is Behold, the most complicated peanut butter sandwich ever. It's only complicated if you make it complicated. You can make a peanut butter sandwich with just peanut butter, or you can do that crazy sandwich that I saw online where it was like, you put all these different peanut butters in rows this way, and then all the different jellies in rows this way, and then every bite is like taking a bite out of a different peanut butter sandwich every time. And it's like, well, it really depends on how much different flavors you need in your life. You need constant different flavors every bite of your sandwich. Then you need a complicated peanut butter sandwich, don't you? But if you just like peanut butter and jelly, you can enjoy your sandwiches by just putting peanut butter and jelly on it. I love Virgos too, but as an empath, they drive me nuts. They calculate too much for me. So they give off a very weird energy when they're doing something calculated. It's not that it doesn't match what they're doing. It's just you can tell that, I don't know, it's a weird energy to try to explain. All right, Virgos, in case you're just doing the time-stampy thing, 3D 40, 3D 40, 5D. 3D is the physical world, what's going on physically around you. 4D, what's going on in everybody's minds around you. 5D, what is 5D trying to tell you? Well, that's it. That's it, definitely true. They can be hard on themselves many times, and then they can be critical if not careful. And sometimes it's not that they're being critical on you. They're like picking themselves apart in their own minds, and you're just picking up on that energy as they're talking to you about a totally unrelated topic to whatever it is they're picking themselves. That's the problem with some of the signs that can do the multiple thinking at one time. It's like they're engaged in doing one thing, but their brain is over here. And that's really, really confusing to people who are empathic, because it's like, we can tell you're not fully engaged in one thing or the other, and we don't know which energy is for what. Which I get. That's why I read 3D, 40, 5D. But my brain's always in 3 different frequencies at one time, at any given time. Well, I like fishing. What? I just sit out there and stare at nature, listen to music, and relax and not think about anything else. You know, not that's why country boys are so grounded, hunters and things like that. What? They get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go and sit out in a tree and wait for sunrise. You don't think that is not extremely cathartic and grounding for them to sit in a tree that long? And that's why witches love country boys. All right. What we got going on here, Virgo? Putting down the big scary mask, trying to reveal that inner child, right? Definitely trying to get back into a manifesting energy here. I see a lot of transformation has been going on for you. And definitely you were in a solid place with money and finances, or you're coming into a solid place after this hard transition. And you even got the 9 of Cups here. So things are looking awesome for you on the 3D level here. That's a lot of hard inner shadow work here. Definitely that has been overcome over all these hard retrograding cycles for you. Though the 3D is presenting that you are 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. The 4D, you got the King of Pentacles reversed. Not really feeling too in control at the moment, at least not on the 4D levels, right? Chariot reversed. Hard to see where you're wanting to go right now. You got the Star in the middle. What you still are getting plenty of synchronicities and signs and things from the universe. The universe, you might not see it. You might not feel grounded. You might not see where you're going, but the universe has not forgot you. It's shining right there. You just don't notice it. Universe is really saying that whatever this is, because really with the Star being in the middle here, it's you're like, I can't see. I don't know where to go. And the universe goes, you know exactly where the frick you need to go. Stop sitting on your ass, acting like you don't know where you're supposed to go, and take a damn leap. Because your 3D seems perfect, right? So it's, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Why? Because everything seems like it's going to rock your boat, right? So you're not following your synchronicities. You're not breaking out. What? You hit a comfort zone. What were we talking about? Complacency. Satisfaction and complacency is a dangerous, dangerous trap. Time to stop sitting on your ass. Time to take some leaps there, Virgo, in one direction or another. I was on the 4D level, so this is really shifting your mind perspective, opening up new avenues for yourself, right? Now, the 5D is telling you that your focus is finally shifting onto what it needs to be on. You are radiating beautiful, beautiful energy. You are opening doorways, right? You are still on the 1111 synchronicity frequency. This is over your star card, right? Watch out for overindulging on others' energy, though. Watch out for overindulging on others' energies and for giving your energy to those who don't need it. This person does not need any more out of these people's cups. This is how you create somebody. This is how you get somebody addicted to your energy, and how you get addicted to somebody else's energy. If somebody else is filling your cup while you're passed out, or filling your cup constantly to the point where you get addicted to their energy, it's dangerous. If you're constantly giving your energy to somebody who's sleeping, and then now they're addicted to your energy and they can't function without it because you've just been giving it to them without them even needing it, it's a dangerous energy. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Ground into what your passions are. Drunk on another person. That's the 5D levels, man. Definitely. There is nothing, and I will say this out loud, there is no substance on this earth more addictive than some people's energies. And I've done this before too. Not meaning to. This is an absent-minded thing, but I did not mean to get anybody strung out on my energy. That's not what I was going for. I just give so freely that I wasn't paying attention. And then I realized I was giving and pouring into cups that people weren't even asking me to pour into. So be mindful of that. If they're not openly awake and engaged with you on those levels, don't feed your energy to it anymore. King of Wands, stand firm in your passions, right? Keep seeing your visions for the future. Keep adapting, keep changing, keep keeping it fresh, all right? So, Virgo. Now back to that card that I saw at the bottom where she was like, right? And he was all like needy-ish. It didn't seem like they were very comfortable, not with the rest of this reading, right? So be mindful of what you're projecting, right? If you're constantly in a disgust, what am I getting the picture of Inside Out? The green girl, the disgust. Oh, broccoli. Ew, yuck, gross. You know, be mindful that you're not putting that type of energy out because you will get it back. When you put out that judgy, casting that judgy, ucky energy, you will get it casted back at you. Invoke your own energy. Change your own energy. It is all within your power to change your own energy. Set up a crystal grid, invoke your ancestors, really seize on your own stuff. Friday the 13th, Freya Day, ultimate divine feminine number. Seize on these energies today. All right, Virgo? Here we got a Libra at 111. Look at you guys. Libra. I love my Libras. They are my number one ultimate favorite air sign. Now, romantically, I don't think fire signs and air signs go together very well. But as friends, nothing will get a fire sign hyped up faster than an air sign. When I see double trouble, that's me and Luna. I get all excited. She gets all excited. I get even more excited. And next thing you know, we're running the show. All right, Libra, but Libras, your big thing for this life is balance. Unfortunately, with your scales, and because that is your big challenge, you guys tend to get knocked off balance more easily than most signs. You know, it's like it's a strength, but it's a weakness in the same sense. An evolved Libra can be balanced. An unevolved Libra, it's like just, and their scales are wow, 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 and they're all over the place. Yeah, when a tornado meets a volcano. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. For real, though. Yeah. I love Luna to death, but when we fight, we can fight. We can not talk for years. That's the other thing with Libras, too. They're either super, super duper chatty mode or they don't talk at all for a while. Yes, especially feminine Libras. They hate confrontation. I think air signs in general do, because they're all about, air is all about thoughts and words, and they calculate a lot. And a lot of their calculations are always involved around what can I do to cause the least amount of conflict. Normally halfway through at an hour. It's going to be a long one today, guys. But it's a special day. Beautiful 11/11, 11/13. My niece's birthday tomorrow. I got to send her some. She was supposed to be a C-section on 11/11, but they postponed her last minute and made her 11/14. Kid is something else, though. She plays 4 instruments. She's an alien. I think it's a struggle a lot of us do. It's like, what do you sacrifice with yourself every time you avoid a conflict? Like you said, magic comes at all a price. Everything you ask for that you do receive from the universe does come at a price. The same with avoiding conflicts. The habit of caving becomes a habit of caving. And then people just expect you to cave after that all the time. Well, Raph, as a masculine energy, it's a little bit different for you. You know, but even then, confrontation and physical conflict is two different things, right? If you need to confront something in your life, someone is treating you terrible, someone is really hurting you on a regular basis, and you just keep denying the fact that this is happening because you're avoiding a conflict, that is not good for your soul at all on any level. I don't care who it is that's doing it to you. Could be your kids, could be a lover, could be a parent. I don't care who's doing it to you. If they're constantly hurting you and you never get up the balls to say, hey, what you do hurts me, that is so detrimental to your spirit, it's not even funny. You know, Libras, just like Aries, we have a very, very big problem with having very big, open hearts and wanting to see the best in everybody and wanting to, you know, yeah, we just want to have fun. It's like, why can't we just go have fun? Like, why is everybody got to be sad? Why is everybody got to fight? Why can't we just go have fun? Like, even Aries with being, you know, the planet that's Mars and we're the warrior and all this other stuff. Wars are only started to try to get peace. Nobody just ups and starts a civil war because everybody was happy and fucking peaceful. And yeah, it's good to have a battle strategy, but your battle strategy can't be to be constantly being beaten in every battle. What? I constantly lose so that they can feel like a winner so that I can have peace in my house. Just saying. That's not part of your reading, Libra. That's just me rambling. Get into your cards right now. So usually they always end up tying into each other. Like I said, 3D, 4D, 5D, for those just tagging along with the timestamps. 3D, physically around you. 4D, what's going on and everybody's thoughts and minds around you. 5D, what is the universe trying to tell you about the whole situation? Then I'll give you a shadow aspect to work on and a earth magic on how you can work on that shadow there, right? So here we go. A lot of creative manifesting energy going on around you, right? Major transformation, recognizing things that you do need to defend yourself from, right? Even a little bit of air there with the butterfly, the angel reaching up for it, right? Trying to follow your evolutionary path here. King of Pentacles, really getting grounded and in control of your physical environment around you. I do see a very strong love connection here, but I do see it's at a distance. All right? Very strong connections, but they all seem to be at a distance, which could be causing some of your turmoil. But besides that, it's a very nice energy that you have going on here in the 3D. But we know the 3D can be quite deceiving because our persona and egos do put in a lot for that. What's going on in the 5D? Internal struggle, constant victim, needing to seize your sword, needing to follow your intuition and stop ignoring it, and needing to balance your scales, Libra. So yeah, the physical reality around you is perfectly peaceful, but if you're allowing all this to still go on the not seizing your sword and not, this is not being in your divine intuitive feminine energy. You need to balance the scales there, Libra. You need to balance your scales. Constant caving in. Yeah, I think I said that as clear as I can say it. I'm not going to keep going in circles on that. What does your 5D has to say? Time to get a little bitchy with it, Libra. Time to pick up that sword. Time to say what needs to be said. Time to stabilize what's giving and taking here. It's time to hold on to your own stuff and stop giving it away to the point where it's detrimental to you. You need to stabilize. You need to seize into that high feminine energy, that manifesting nature, Mother Earth, grounded energy. It's time to get back into it if you want to manifest things in your life. If you really genuinely want true peace in your life, not the illusion of peace, true peace. This is seeking through mysteries and following your intuition. Will it cause conflict? Yeah. Yeah, well, look at this person back here holding up the banner. Woohoo, woo, that's right. You're just a medic, but go ahead and pick up those swords and go running out into battle. It's up to you whether you want to do that or not, right? But if you're going to accept a defeat and not fight anymore, let it be your final defeat. Understand that this person controlling the troops, they want the battle. They like the battle. They enjoy the battle. They enjoy watching the battle, but they're not engaged in it. They let you be engaged in it. Be mindful of this dynamic. It's time to really get back into yourself, right? It's time to nurture your passions. It's time to take care of the transformation that you've put so much energy into. It's time to follow your own white rabbit trails, right? We always talk about that, right? Nurture the passion, your flames of passion. Allow your emotions to flow genuinely and freely from a place of deep inner knowing, right? You're not going to be able to guide anybody with this light if you cannot first nurture all this, all right? I love this too, with the winter behind him. And then this is the time to really work on these areas within yourself. The hermit mode is a lot about disconnecting from all your emotional chains and your around you, and embrace back into your own energy and recenter yourself, because we do get uncentered a lot. As we travel these paths, more knowledge comes in, different things happen. Things constantly are changing and shifting our spirituality, and sometimes you need to take a step back to really shift through everything that you've gone through. We go through some amazing things on these journeys, but right now I do see a lot of colorless angel. Well, yeah, you're still an angel, but your heart's not really in it. Like I said, constantly being defeated so that somebody else can feel like a winner all the time is not winning. That's not true peace. That's just another person thinking that you're a punching bag and you're trying to be angelic about it. And, oh, love light. You can't. You cannot do that. You will burn out. It's like your electronic devices, man. You have to turn them off every now and then, or else they will burn out. You need to turn off and recharge sometimes too. It is not your job to take on the whole world, right? You don't have the energy for it. You need to go hermit mode for a while and restore that. Green man, along with the divine feminine energy, you need to tap back into the universal energy of the green man. The green man is the trees, but the trees need the sun in order to survive. We cannot survive without the moon and the sun, without the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Synergy. It's supposed to flow evenly through, within, and out of everything. Tap back into that synergy and you'll get back into your synchronicities, and you'll get back into the flow, and you will recharge your colors. I just feel like you are just unbalanced right now, Libra. That's all. There's a little bit of effort and you can be right back into your flowy, bubbly mode. All right, Scorpio. Scorpios, you must be so happy. It's about the end of your season. You got a new moon in your sign. Time to plant some heavy intentions. I would say new moons are a time to plant the seeds of intentions. Full moons is when you complete it, right? I know in the Silver Cord, we're going to be honoring Freya today. I've been talking about Freya and how Freya was a twin to her brother Fjord, right? The original twin gods. They were even considered by some as to be one god split into two genders. Just throwing that out there for you, y'all. That's the energies we're going to be working with in the silver cord. As always, you can go check that stuff out. It's in the descriptions. But let's see what energy is directly with y'all. And we're saying that Mars is going direct today. And before Pluto was brought into the picture, Mars was y'all's planet too, along with Aries. So, you know, you're like my sister from another mister or brother from another mother here, right? Earth magic. Let's see what we got going on for you guys, Scorpio. I mean, I talk about that. A lot of people talk smack about Aries, but I think Scorpio's got a really bad rap too. Yeah, man, something is on my back. Hold on. I don't know if it's a tag or what. Something's itching the hell out of me. Well, yes, of course. Freya would be a similar energy to Lilith. Of course. Adam and Lilith were created from the same mud. They were both created from the earth. God created Adam and Lilith, and then Lilith was too feisty for Adam, so she left. And then God created Eve from Adam's ribs, so she would stay subservient to Adam, because when he made a woman out of the same clay as he made man, she was too strong for him. She wouldn't submit to him. So that became a huge problem. That is the whole dynamic. That whole story is how the toxic male energies have been dominating the energy of the earth for a long time now, and suppressing the feminine energy, and not dealing with their karma for doing that either. But yeah, as Freya and Fjord were twins, so were Adam and Eve. And Lilith is, for me anyway, Lilith is the mother of the daughters of the earth. She went and left the garden when she wouldn't be subservient to Adam. She left. I don't see that she got kicked out. I think see that she left. And God was like, you need to come back. And she was like, no, she's like, I'd rather lay with demons, is what they said. But those were fallen angels. Those were the Watchers. And they created the Nephilims and the daughters of the earth, which created the rest of the Watchers to fall. Gave Adam's sons somebody to marry. You know, perhaps Adam was the father of the Watcher and Lilith was the mother of the daughters of the earth. And the Watchers that are trapped on earth now are the fallen starseeds. I've always said I don't think I'm a twin. I never fell into that whole twin dynamics. Not in the way that some people do, by most definitions, but I have always considered myself a daughter of the earth, and I was always said to myself, like, you know, I'm not a starseed. I'm why starseeds fell to the earth. Now, is that super cocky and egotistical? Very probably. But I am a triple fire sign, so y'all get used to it. It'll be all right. By 3, so shall it be. I also find it funny that a lot of the twin energies, the twin couples that I do know, don't have any children. Most twins can't have kids with their twin. Most twins have relationships, have baby daddy and mama daddies. They have kids from other relationships, from karmic contracts that they were allowed to have children with. They don't actually have twins. They don't actually have children with their twins. And those are from the couples that I know that are in union twin energies. I don't take advice from people who are not in union. I definitely don't take relationship advice from people who are not in relationships. And that's what I talk about, you know, my I lost track. Oh, it's flying through my brain. It's like a traffic puller right now. You have triplet girls. Woo! I just pulled this card. I always say that the biggest karma for men is daughters. I laugh because one of the biggest players I know has 3 daughters, and he has to deal with that. I'm like, the biggest karma for men is having daughters. What? Because sooner or later, that karma of that heartbreak that you guys gave back in the day is going to come back around. And your daughter's going to get her heart broke from somebody who's probably just like you at those ages. And there's not going to be anything you can do. I always laugh. You know where you are on the grown-up line when you watch that scene in Little Mermaid when she's like, I love him, Daddy. And you're either on her side or you're on the dad's side going, you're 16. You don't know what you're talking about. All right, Scorpio. I see a hard decision was made here. And you feel trapped by it. I do see the 7 of Pentacles here. It's like you're working on things, but you feel like you're working on them alone. There's a lot of conflict going on around you. And you're just trying to, like I said, with the 7 here and the 8 on either side, it's like you're trying to, whatever choice you made that makes you feel like you're trapped now, you're trying to avoid even thinking about the conflict that it causes by focusing on your skills and your money around you, which is pretty healthy. And I've said that before. Don't let a breakup, don't let any decisions rock your whole world. Like, don't you decide whether you want it to destroy your world or not. You don't, definitely keep your 3D shit intact while you're going through emotional stuff. I'm seeing not a whole lot of celebration going on here. You do have some strong sun energy coming in, though. So it's like there's no celebration, but I don't know. There's still warmth and vitality going on. There's very back and forth energy here in the 4. So it's like you're working on your skills and your money, but you don't really have an attitude of gratitude. You're not really pumping out a whole lot of love, light energy. And there's still another decision. So it's like you've decided to trap yourself. And you're not having a whole lot of fun. And your mind is all tangled up in there, right? It's like you definitely have access to this warmth and vitality and this beautiful energy that you can tap into, but you just can't get into the attitude of gratitude. You can't get into the lovey-dovey energy, and you're having a very hard time deciding on what you have to make a decision to get this. It's like you can see it right there. That's really what I want to do, but I just blah, 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 blah. All right, Scorpio, I know it has been a rough retrograding cycle for y'all too, but indecision is a decision, right? And now between the 2, I do see a 10 of Cups energy. So it's like you're coming out of this 10 of Cuppy energy. And you're still 8 of Cups working on your skills, but for some reason there's still all this conflict. Look, you have the woman here dressed like a Joker fighting with the man with the top hat and everything. You get the 2 kids involved down here. They're all swinging sticks, and everybody's like, the divine feminine, divine masculine, the inner children. Everybody's like in this swinging battle. Everybody's going nuts, and it's like, what happened? What happened? What happened? Someone wasn't honest. What decision do you need to make? Leap of faith. I always show this card is there's 2 people in this card, right? There's the person who's ready to walk away from the drama. And then there's the person who's been in the drama and not paying attention to those things most important. This baby's down there just burning her hands, but this woman's just holding her eye like she just got punched in the face. And this person's like, bitch, I'm out. Now, whatever side of this energy that you find yourself on, understand it is up to you how you respond and react to these that caused this situation. And I say this to a lot of people: if you're going to take the hit, press charges. Not sure what you've got going on there, Scorpio, but it's a lot of internal battles. It's a lot of internal shadow work that you need to get through. I do find that a lot of the issue that you're having is you are giving off a very nasty energy because you are actually secretly obsessed with somebody that you're not in a relationship with. I'm finding that's the feeling that I'm getting. You're obsessed with something else. Or you're obsessed with the idea that your partner's in another relationship or cheating or things like that. There's a toxic thought obsession going on in your mind, and it's feeding this, and you're putting on a very gnarly energy with it, right? Still yourself. Still yourself. You cannot see your own reflection if the water is shaky. You have to still yourself, calm yourself down, refocus, right? Ground yourself, regardless of what has happened, whether you're trying to make something work out or what is going on in your life. You need to still yourself and really get a perspective and really look in the mirror at yourself, at how you create with your responses and your allowance in situations, things like this to happen, these energies to come in, these energies to affect you so much. This is the dawn of a new beginning. And I say this all the time, and we've been having a lot of topics, talking a lot about conflicts today, and about how, it's up to you whether that conflict is considered a failure or progress. The conflict ended a relationship. This is a time for new beginnings. If the conflict didn't end the relationship, then you are set to start building new foundations, new beginnings, right? Just be mindful about what you get obsessed with. Obsession has been such a big thing, such a huge thing over the last 2 years, I think. It's been a huge, huge thing. 137 for Sagittarius. All right, Scorpio. Whew. Best I could do for you. Are you jumping around over there? All right, Sagittarius. What we got going on with you, Sagittarius? Getting ready to come into your season. Getting ready to do it to it. I always say if Aries are a laser beam and Leos are giant roaring fire, Sagittarius I always describe them as the night sky, the Milky Way. But a bunch of twinkling pretty lights that are dazzling and enamor you, but for everything that you can't see, there's more that you can't. But you're enamored by those little sparkly glints of light, right? But there's so much darkness in between them all. Fun, mutable signs. All right. Let's see what we got going on for you. Come here. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. One card that didn't pick up the deck. Saggies, what do you got going on? All right, just happened to stick your card stuck to the table. It's like, what? Overall energy for Sagittarius is reading is Sagittarius. But own your energy, guys. Own your energy. You are both dark and light. Just getting that because I had that whole epiphany with the twinkling stars. I would imagine that's something that probably gets to you guys too. It's like, what? All anybody ever sees is the sparkly parts and they refuse to acknowledge the dark parts. That can start to get to you after a while. I'm a Sag moon, so a lot of my shadow aspects. I always say it's sun, moon, rising, right? So your sun sign, that's your maiden sign. That's what you're born into, your maiden or your youth sign. Your rising sign is what you come into in your midlife. And then your moon sign is your crone sign. So like by the time I'm old, I'm going to be like a crabby ass old Saggy. I was a fun-loving Aries. Now I'm a hyper-thinking Leo, and then I'll be a crabby-ass, over-everybody's shit Saggy when I'm old. Should be interesting. Allow yourself to evolve, people. Find your whole chart. Always suggest. All right, so for our basic Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, let's see what we got here. I do have really channeling generations of energy and clearing generations of karmic debt in order to start manifesting a lot for yourself within this life, right? I know my cup here says, the daughters of witches you couldn't burn. Now, we are the reborn energies of witches that you did burn, and we're here to balance these scales and get our karmic debt pays, right? But coming into this energy does require some recuperation skills. Once you realize you've been manifesting everything your whole life, oh man, I need to recuperate from all the crap that I realized I did that to myself, right? I see you really tapping in to thinking things through. For a fire sign, it's a big deal. Really thinking things through before you speak, right? The dark parts allow the twinkly parts to shine. Very, very true. But this is allowing yourself to really, really think things through and being more perceptive to your surroundings, right? I do see the Three of Cups, a lot of joy, a lot of celebration going on around you. But the Four of Cups is that threat of overindulging. What? You celebrated so much that you knocked yourself off frequency with everybody around you. So just be mindful of that. I do see an inability to move on from a toxic connection here, some sort of toxic. And this is in the 4D line, so it's like this is almost mostly in your head. Right? This is up top, buried underneath, right? What the hell is he even holding in this card? It's holding a medical staff. It almost looks like spiderweb cell at the bottom. But yeah, this is attachment to a toxic connection that you're having a hard time letting go of, and it's causing a ripple to your Ten of Cups. Time to seize on some of your fire sign fun friends, Aries energy here, and taking responsibility for what you actually have control over. That's the Emperor card, right? The Emperor takes control over the responsibilities that he has direct control over. The masculine and feminine don't really matter. Though the Aries card is masculine, the Emperor is a masculine card. So it does require some of your ego and your persona in order to rule your physical reality. You need it. It's not, you can't sacrifice it. Sacrificing your ego is sacrificing some of your masculine energy. And it's the same way as sacrificing, your intuition, not following your intuition when it's guiding you somewhere because your ego says it's going to cost you too much money or whatever. It's balancing out those energy, guys. I do still see unable to walk away. And even if you do, you're just going to walk in a direction that's going to have you turning around, walking right back at it. So you do need to really, look at this. Whoop, I hear you. It's all reversed, y'all. It's all upside down. So it's like all this beautiful energy on the forefront. Well, yeah, I'm projecting that, but I'm hiding that I have a toxic connection that I can't let go of. What is the higher self saying? You are not listening to your intuition. You are distracting yourself with work. Once again, time to take control over what you actually have control over, right? You are responsible for how your ego comes off. You're responsible for that. That is totally something that is within your control. You know, that's where you have the energy to have control over things, right? And you only have control over so much, and it's releasing control of things that you don't have control over. And I do see a tower coming, but the conflict card is reversed, right? So it's almost like this tower ends the conflicts. Allowing this tower to fall ends the conflicts. And I do see it has a lot to do with that toxic line on the 40 line. You know, allowing things in your mind that are messing up your 10 of cups and things like that. And if it's within your regular life, then your relationship, if it's that deep, it might be time, if you really want to escape the conflicts, to allow the tower to fall. Like I said, for the Libra reading, you know, constant caving becomes constant caving. You can't constantly be the loser all the time just so somebody else can feel like they're a winner all the time. That will start to eat at your soul. You see, a sacrifice does need to be made. Sacrifice needs to be made, or you're sacrificing a piece of yourself right now. So, like I said before, too, indecision is a decision. You will either sacrifice a piece of yourself, or you need to sacrifice that toxic connection. Go out in the forest, breathe, center, connect yourself to the universe. The breath is the doorway between the spiritual world and the physical world. Breathe in the universe, breathe out the chaos, and really ground yourself out in nature to see what it is that you need to do. All right, Saggies? It's about finding that balance between your dark and shadow. Like Ralph said over here before, you know, those twinkling stars could not exist without the darkness. Can't see how beautiful the night sky is until the sun goes down. I will never be afraid of the night, for I am far too in love with the stars. I love you, Saggies. I really, really do. Really, really do. All right. Capricorn. Capricorn. You can see my talking's even slowing down, man. I feel like I'm brains in a toffee cooler. We're almost up to 2 hours. Woo! Need to figure out a way to do these quicker, you think? Or you think they're good? They're probably good like this. Talk about overthinking things. All right. Well, of course, when I'm a Capricorn, they're another one of the chronic overthinkers. Capricorn. I love you guys. I'm raising one, so I have a very unique perspective on y'all. I have a 12-year-old Capricornian boy. He's so tense. Why are you so tense all the time? What do you think's about to happen? Does this funny thing where he likes to sneak up and scare people, but then he hates it when you do it to him. Fair is fair. Capricorn. What do we got for my cabbies? Okay. Remember, I used to talk zodiac signs all the time with my children when they were little. My son used to get so upset. He's, I don't want to be a goat of corn. I know it's been intense for y'all. I know you guys are so ready for all these signs to finally reach out of your sign and into the get into Aquarius and give you guys a breather. Almost there, y'all. Almost there. This has had to have been super duper intense for Capricorns. I don't know any Capricorns that have not been really going through it the last year of these cycles. So my heart goes out to y'all. I know you guys have a bad rap, but I know exactly how big your hearts can be. A lot of your bad rap comes from defending your big old giant hearts. Well, I don't think any sign is as hard on themselves as Capricorns are. They're the only signs that ask me questions like, why do they love me? Wow. Why? Because you guys are awesome, man. So hard on yourselves. I think any sign is harder on themselves than a Capricorn. And they're on the older side of the spectrum too, you guys. You know, like I always say, like Aquarians are like the old man, like after he's over everybody's shit. Capricorns are kind of the crappy old man that's like, get off my lawn. You're like, what? I like my things organized. I don't like people coming in and fucking on my shit. Pisces are like crazy cat ladies. Aries are toddlers, and it just moves on from the zodiac from there. Leos are like that vibrant 20-year-old in the club. I'm messing with myself. All right, back to Capricorn, Capricorn, I do see the grounding, nurturing, loving Mother Earth energy here, but you had to move away from it for some reason. A hard decision has had to be made, a lot of change in your life. But I do see that you were divinely guided through doorways, through the intuition, through the 1111, synchronicities, things like that, led you down this path. But I do see a Seven of Cups energy, which is either you or someone around you has an opportunity to drink out of lots and lots of tempting cups, right? And some of those cups are filled with nothing but illusion and fantasy, but they are enough that if they sip out of them, you sip out of them, it will ruin whatever dynamics you have going on. So it's a matter of figuring out what is just a tempting illusion and what is genuinely your doorway to go through. What is just a cup to sip through, and what is a doorway of opportunity? Especially when it comes to love, be careful. Because I do see, the beginning of this, King of Pentacles, King of your domain, really working on, your physical surroundings, your reality around you, things within the 3D for you. But I'm seeing that you have lost a lot of strength. Seven of Cups reversed. You don't trust what's real and what's illusion right now. Prince of Pentacles. I have a feeling that a lot that you were working on kind of fell apart, which is normal right now, guys. This is what's going on in the whole world. You're not being punished. Everybody is in the same storm. We're just in different boats, y'all. Right? I see a really big fear of ruin. And if that's where your mind is set right now, you're creating this timeline. This is the Drama Queen card still. Even in this deck, none of those swords are actually poking her. No, while around the swords. No, that's your choice. You are setting yourself up. I'm not strong enough. It's all just illusion. Oh, my money's not coming in the way I thought it. Woe is me. Well, you're going to cast that negative line into the future. We have the Seven of Cups upright at the end of this reading, at the end of your 3D line. Not all of those cups are illusions. There are genuine cups there. Not everything is an illusion, right? You have to take the time to discern what is real and listen to your intuition, right? What's the 5D have to say about all this? You're closing out some karmic cycles. If you realize some of those cups were just illusions and it's too late, you already sipped out of them and you realize, what, oh, that was a bunch of bullshit. What, that was a temptress that lured me and it wasn't real. This is the close of a cycle. This is your opportunity to learn how you got sucked into that kind of cycle, right? And how to pull it back and be reborn back into where your true passions lie. Got to get back into your Ace of Cups, right? What do I say about the Ace of Cups? The Ace of Cups is not just a cup. It is a fountain of love. It is, I no longer need anybody to even hold my cup. My cup stands firm on its own. It is constantly tapped into love source energy, and it is constantly flowing. Now, I defend myself, my cup, like fountains in real life. If you have ever been to someplace that has a fountain, you'll see the signs around the fountain that says, please do not throw pennies into my fountain, because your wishes and sipping off of my fountain will corrode my pipes and clog up my fountain. Be mindful if people are just tossing wishful wishes into your fountain and corroding your love light energy connection. All right. It's up to you to maintain your fountain. If people don't respect your rules of your fountain, then they need to go. Will this cause conflict? Well, yes, certainly it will. Certainly it will cause conflict. If somebody's already addicted, and we've talked about this in the other signs today too, somebody's addicted to your energy and you cut them off, what? Stop throwing pennies in my fucking fountain, man. You're messing it up. They're going to get mad. They're going to get mad. Unlike Ralph, I am not afraid of confrontation, right? It's karmic cycles, y'all. It's karmic cycles. Some of these people, you just need to accept the fact that you paid your debt. If you've been giving them energy and getting no respect, you only have to take so much of that. Once you realize that's what's going on, your debt's paid. Why do I say this? Especially when it comes to family ties that are taking advantage of your thing. One, downcast your pride. Yes. Love light energy. I'm a fountain. Get off my fountain. No, but don't be too prideful about that. Definitely defend yourself, but don't be super duper prideful, right? Because you're clearing DNA karmic lines. Don't deny where you came from. Humble yourself while you're doing this, all right? You're like, look, I understand this is how it has been for generations, but the buck stops here. Buck stops here. This was a toxic family cycle until it hit me, and I recognize it, and I break it. And that's how you clear toxic family DNA. Karmic lines, which if you're a starseed or anything else, generally, if you're into tarot, that's what you came here to do. That's why you're so spiritual. All right. Aquarius. Aquarius. My favorite sign to both love and hate. How are y'all guys doing? Let's see what you've got going on for this Friday the 13th. Ultimate Freya's Day. I will be honoring her twin brother in our ritual tonight too. With Mars coming out of retrograde and the masculine energies should be balancing out and people's egos getting an ego check and everything, I think it is a perfect time with the 11/11 that just passed and this moon on the 13th, on Friday the 13th, Freya's Day, and Freya just happens to be a twin. I think it's a perfect time to do some rituals to balance out these masculine and feminine energies. Much love, Ralph. You got to run. I understand. I've been going at it for 2 hours now. I still got 2 songs to go. You can always come back later. Playback will be here for you, babe. Thank you for joining me this morning. Dude, Mars retrograded in Aries with Chiron and everything. It's been so weird because, yeah, I definitely went through all those energies in 2017, 2018. And then 2019 was very, very weird for me. And then it climaxed with all that. And then 2020 has been 2020. So I've just been like, oh, well, now I've literally watched this year everybody go through what they're going through in 2020 is pretty much what I went through in 2018. Blowing my mind. I'm like, how am I so far off the timeline from everybody else? But in some places, in some storylines, you realize that you're like 6 months behind, 6 months ahead. It's been very, very weird. I also have to toy with everything too, so I mess with it. But if I see something going a certain way, if I see a certain cause and reaction, then I'll do certain things to see if I can keep causing, see if that's what it is. But, oh, what, I did this and this reaction happened. Well, what if I do this again? All right, well, that reaction happened. What if I do it this way? Well, then that reaction happens, and then the next thing you know, I'm like completely off the Richters. I gotta stop messing with timelines. I do find until they crash, it's a collective shifts happen. It's like I can see all these timelines playing out, and they're all playing out in a very specific way, and they're all rolling, and I can see how all the energies are intertwined and playing with each other, and all of a sudden it's like all the timelines collapse down on top of each other, and a massive collective shift happens, and then it's like I have to sit there and slowly pick it all apart again. Why? Because I gotta know. I don't know why I gotta know, but I gotta know. Can't just walk past a tangled necklace without trying to untangle it. When the timelines collapses, it's like a whole jar of necklaces that are just dumped out on the table, and you're trying to pull all that twisted jewelry apart to see how many pieces you got. Makes sense to you guys? What you got to say? What's the matter, Aquarius? Feeling like Pinocchio? I got no strings to hold me down, tie me up, make me frown. Got strings, but you can see there are no strings on me. I don't know why I'm picking up I Want to Be a Real Boy. All right, Water Bear. We got a few cards here. I said energies flow back and forth. This is either you or somebody that's really on your mind, but you know, 'tis what it is. Maybe the energy says they resonate. I always do 3D, 40, 5D. 3D, what's going on physically around you? 40, where's everybody's minds at in it? 5D, what is the 5D trying to tell you about this? And then we got some shadow aspects to work through and some earth magic to help us figure that out. I need to get some fresh decks. Just change it up some. All right, Aquarius, we are starting out with you in your energy, right? Oh, thoughts and words all perfectly aligned, overseeing your empire. Just taking control, taking time to recuperate, being generous and balanced with what you give and take with this world. But I do see there is some game playing between dual energies here, right? Up here is the mask. Back here is almost like the Six of Swords lady in the canoe. Or in this deck, she's on the Three of Swords canoe. And then you got the Joker over here. So it's, are you playing the game or are you playing the fool is going on right now. And I see that as a back energy because you do have a Ten of Cups. So I'm saying this is definitely a very masked energy, a very unsure masked energy, because around you on the 3D perspective, you've got the Ten of Cups. But let's see what's going on. On the 4D level, I got the King of Wands reversed, followed by the Ace of Wands, followed by the Hangman reverse, followed by the Seven of Swords reversed, followed by the Seven of Pentacles upright. So it's almost like, I'm going to say this is a blow to your ego because it's a masculine card, right? If it was a feminine card, it would have been a blow to like more personal level. This is kind of like a blow to your ego. I do still see that you have a lot of really strong passion going here, but the Hangman reversed is like you're choosing to say you're stuck when you're not stuck. Like you could get out of the Hangman. Let me see what I got here. You could get out of the Hangman. To get out of the Hangman is simple. You just need a sacrifice. Woo! What do you want to sacrifice? Seven of Swords, and it's a futility in this deck, but reversed. I'm seeing this is not so much that like there was a big deception or anybody lied to you, but like with the Hangman reverse, it's like you're lying to yourself and denying things within yourself, and there's no victory in that. It's futile. That's definitely futile, you know. And I do see. I see there's no such thing as failures. There's no such thing as wasted time. It's always a lesson learned. It's always when things do come to an end, and this doesn't have to be with a relationship. This could be with a friendship, things that's going on around you. You always learned a lot from it, right? And you guys are great at putting things into great perspectives. I mean, you're the water bearers. You're supposed to be the knowledge bearers, right? There's only one way you're going to acquire the knowledge. And those strings are your choice. It's your overall energy that came out, right? Interference. Allowing strings of other people to pull you in directions that you don't want to even go in. You have the World card here, right? And this is the completion of one cycle moving into another cycle. You got the Nine of Swords still here, right? Still a lot of anxiety about it. But there is, right in the center of your 5D line, the Lover's card. So I do see that you're dealing with a very strong, passionate, possible twin flame connection that can be really rocking your boat right now. It's leaving you not feeling so strong, but you are divinely guided. You are divinely guided. You're just don't feel strong enough to do it, right? The world is right there, but it's reversed, and the strength is in reverse. I think a lot of your problem is this connection is so scary to you that it just leaves so much anxiety and with not enough strength that you don't even know how to start the new cycle. You don't know how to end the old cycle to start the new cycle, which is what's being offered to you, you know. So you're just gonna let it go. All right. Like I said, we always tell you guys you can change these around if you need to. If you want to change your storyline, it is always within your grasp. I do see you are dealing with a parasitic energy in your life. I do see a parasitic energy, and I do see sleep pertains to dream. This card is all about deluding yourself. This is like what I'm not even meditating anymore. What? Because I don't actually want to think about how this person's a parasite or how I'm parasitic on this person. And I don't want to deal with any of that creepy shadow shit. What? I'd rather go to sleep and play around in the astral field and create my own reality up there where I can do whatever I want guilt-free and I don't have to actually deal with any of this. I'm going to go Medea on y'all. People are like parts of the tree. Some people are like the leaves of the tree. The wind blows this way, they're over here. The wind blows that way, they're over here. Fall comes, they wither and die. Some people are like the branches of the tree. They connect to the leaves. They seem nice and sturdy and strong, but if you climb out on them too far, they will get whittled, they will get thin, they will break, and you will fall. The most important part of the tree is the part that is tapped down into the ground, the roots. So as long as you have a few solid roots in your life, that's where you should be focusing on. How do you tell who your roots are? Follow your instincts. You came here with natural instincts. That has been what guides you through these spiritual journeys. When we talk about following your intuition, that is your spiritual instincts calling you. Something deep within you calls you to this knowledge. It rings true to you because it's in there already. It's something instinctually in you already. Tune into that energy. And it'll help guide you through what you need to release and what you need to let go. All right. Whew. What we got? 212. 212. Pisces. Oh, man. Y'all. This is intense. We've got some intense readings here. I gotta hurry up though. People are waking up. So it's out here staring at me. I had to get over that too. That was rough to get over. Guess what? Just accepting the fact that sometimes people are going to be watching and listening to me. It's amazing. A million strangers, I could care less what you guys think. But one person actually in my reality watching me trips me out. I see you, old man. I'm coming. We're going to go take a walk here in just a minute. You know, it's getting late in the day when the old man's awake. Where's the babies? I see you. Good morning. Good morning, baby. Yeah, good boy. We'll go out in just a minute. Getting on the camera. Gonna stick your nose in there. I know. Go get the girl up. No, he's going to go lay down in his bed. He's like, I'll just lay over here and wait for you. All right, Pisces. Woo, we got for you. And I'm going to leave you all 4 of these. You guys seem like you've been going through a lot lately, too. Pisces. Let's center back in. Let's send some herbies on. Just to finish off so that way you guys have fresh cleared after I've just rolled through all the zodiacs. Yeah, I left the young bucks outside. So they've been outside for 2 hours. He sleeps in. He's my old man. He doesn't get up till the kids get up. That's how I know they're awake. He'll stay in bed till the last person wakes up. Ain't gonna lie. 5D line is in chaos already. Wow, no, this is almost identical to a reading I had a few minutes ago. You guys watched me shuffle, right? So I see a lot of changes have been going on for you, Pisces, right? A lot of things that you've had to move on from, a lot of refocusing on what skills and education that you wanted to work on, really, really stabilizing yourself, really, really taking down that big, scary mask and exposing the vulnerable child within. A lot of shadow work seems to have been done all the way down onto the 3D for you. You really moved on from a lot and refocused yourself a lot over the last few months. That is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I'm seeing that the reason you concentrate so much on the 3D and the 4D is because the 5D has been in chaos for you. I think that you are somebody who's probably very, very connected to it, right? You got the Queen of Pentacles, but 4D, I had to ground. 4D power. I had to ground down and build within the 3D for a while. I had to really embrace the 4D nature, give into nature, absorb energy from nature, really recenter myself with it. Why? Because I was in drama queen mode and I really needed to figure out a way to get myself out of that, and I don't want to be in that anymore, and that's what you've been working towards, and that's beautiful, beautiful. Because working in that, Prince of Cups, I feel like a lot of your woe is me 10 of Swords here was you just weren't allowing love in for some reason. You were physically going out of your way to block it, and you recognized that, and you had to move away from whatever it was that was causing you to block that energy so that you can work through these energies on the 40 level. Still working through them. I still definitely say keep working on these. Release the drama mama card and let those love come in. Someone tells you you are beautiful, accept that you are beautiful. Don't go, no, I'm not, and shut down their offers of love that they are trying to give you, okay? On the 5D, I see a little bit of lost energy going on here, worrying about losing money. But the tower's upright, so quick sudden change. They said these were all over what you were working on the 40 there. What I needed to get past this type of energy that was coming in. Like I felt cut off from the 5D, felt cut off from my income flow energy. I needed something to happen. I needed the tower. That's what the physical moves are moving away from things, relationships, things that no longer serve you on the 3D there. You physically already did it. You created an energetic tower to release these false towers that you had built with other people. I don't see a whole lot coming in money flow wise right now for you though. Still, even on the 5D level. So it's like there's still a big disconnect going on. And I think it's because you're still really recuperating from these towers. Don't be afraid to take some time on your own right now. Don't be afraid. While you're feeling this disconnect, don't feign connection, all right? We all go through bouts of this. It is perfectly normal on your spiritual journey to have moments where you do not feel connected fully. Especially this time of year, guys, people go through seasonal depression. It is a normal thing. Don't feign it. Why I'm saying that? Artificial heart. Don't fake it. Don't fake affection, right? Accept love that comes in. Don't falsely give back, but, don't fake it. Don't fake affection right now. And definitely don't act like you're connected if you're not feeling connected. Own it. Own it. People will respect you more when you own that kind of shit than falsely projecting yourself, because people can see, empaths especially, if you're dealing in the spiritual community, you're dealing with a ton of empaths. We can look at you and go, what? I don't know, but Pisces seem off to you? Well, she's still organizing Thanksgiving and she's still doing all this and that and the other thing. Oh, like, I don't know. You didn't hear it in her voice, right? She seems more stressed this year than she usually does during the holidays. Usually it's her season. She's all excited, but I don't know. I don't think they're digging this COVID. People pick it up. We pick it up. You can't fake it. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with those around you, right? Ebb and flow. Allow it to come in. Allow it to release. So this is a very important meditation card, right? I said a lot of people have been meditating wrong over the last few years. A lot of people have been super focused on visualizations, on manifestation, on self-hypnosis, and nobody's been actually meditating. The actual point of meditation is learning how to let go of thoughts. You let thoughts and emotions wash in and roll over your feet like the waves on the shore. And then you know how they pull out and you sink a little bit deeper into the ground, get a little bit more grounded when they pull out. It's so you allow them to come in. You don't try to force them to stop. You allow them to come in, and then you allow them to flow back out without grasping on to the who, what, where, whens, or whys of whatever it is. You're never going to release a toxic thought pattern if every time it pops up, you quick grab on it, seize on it, rip it open, try to figure out why you're doing it. Well, you're just really attached to it now. It's about allowing it to come in and not go, why did I think that? It's just allow it to go back out with no attachment to it. Allow it to come in and allow it to go out. Same thing with emotions. You get a sudden wave. If you're an empath, you get a sudden wave of sadness, and there's nothing actually in your reality that should be making you sad at that exact moment. Let it wash out. Let it wash in, ground down into the ground, and let it flow out. Right? If you're attached to a lot of energy cords, you might pick up on other people's energies. You got to allow it flow in. Just ground it for them. You don't have to do anything other than that. Allow it to flow in, ground it, and allow it to go back out. Then you will still be helping your friends. You will still be producing love light energy. It is an effortless process, really. Really. True Reiki healers and stuff know this, but it is an effortless process. I don't actually have to use any of my physical energy to ground an energy for you. Right? It just flows through. I'm a conduit. It's the natural flow. And the same thing with life. If you're having to force to make things happen, then maybe that's something that should be happening for you, right? It should be somewhat effortless, right? So yeah, at some points you need to paddle on the boat, and some points you need to navigate around this, that, and the other thing. But in general, you're supposed to be going with the flow of the river, not paddling against it, right? Whenever you take a boat out in the water, you put the boat in. Well, the tide is going out, you ride the tide out, and then you ride the tide back in. You work with the flow, not against it. If you don't know where you are going right now, sit your ass still, okay? Sit still. You don't have to be doing anything right now but sitting still. If you cannot see up from down, left from right, you're so discombobulated, everything's everywhere, and you don't even know what you're doing. There's just fogs of energy and just so much going on. I don't know where to do, and I don't know where to go. And stop it. Stop it. Ebb and flow. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Sit down. Put your back against the tree. Breathe. Right? There is no sense in trying to pack up camp and start hiking in the middle of a fog. You're going to lose some of your stuff, and you're going to get lost. Sit back and let the sun burn off the fog for a little bit, all right? Those of you into the Schumann frequencies, solar flares like crazy, all right? And if you're going to be sitting still, you might as well take the time to do a vision quest, right? Really see what it is that you are in control of, what you are manifesting, what it is you want, and who you really are. And what the universe is really trying to tell you. Because it seems like you're putting too much thought into everything. Right? All right, Pisces. I need to get out of here. I need to go do some stuff with my day. I hope you guys enjoy this. As always, like, share, subscribe. Spank my bell. Click my button. Tell me that you like it. And I will catch y'all later. I'll be back to doing the past life readings tomorrow if I got time. If not, by Monday. And yeah, I love y'all. Blessed be all those who walk these super weird and windy paths with me. I love you guys. And I'll be back with all signs on Fridays for you. I like doing this. I love you guys. Talk to you later.